Okay.
Security is on heightened alert.
Ooh, container.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
I guess they have some sexual dimorphism, like their crests aren't as bony and like rigid and stuff, but I was expecting a lot more.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan.
Oh.
Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Quick
Because
side
he
step
was
would be
eighth
funny
in
if they
line
used
to
makeup
take
on
over
their
the
spoons
Andromeda
like the
initiative.
Cardassians.
I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
I mean, it does look like the makeup is designed to try and accentuate the, like, the crests and stuff.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with a genophage.
I cured
Right.
it!
The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show a mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here,
I
Krogan
really
underwent
wish you
gene
could,
therapy to enhance the mutation while we were in
like,
stasis.
set the state of the world
So
here,
you used
because a
those
lot of
600
this
years to
stuff
your
isn't
advantage.
what we
Gave
did.
the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more
Because
Krogan
we had a
children will
cure,
live. It's the only way
and
my people
we-
have a future out here.
implemented it.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
You have anything to say about?
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say.
Is the screen
Not
fit
paranoia.
flickering black?
If someone is out to get you, yeah.
I don't know if I'm seeing
Third
it.
time this week. It's getting worse.
I don't know if anybody else is seeing it.
First one was small stuff.
Is it the
This
camera
one could have
too?
hurt bad if I'd been closer.
That's not good. Sorry. Understatement.
It's
Yeah.
inconsistent.
And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
if you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help.
Because, I mean,
I've
if
sent
it's the
the
camera, then
locations
it
to your
means
Omni
it's your
Just
monitor
send me the
going
data when you're done.
flickering, right?
Please be advised, the Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Find out why. Be careful.
Something I can help you with?
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
He gonna tell me
Publicly,
about this
I would say we're
Rogan
more than
thing?
up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
Nope, he's not
That's
gonna tell
all.
me anything about the
Thanks for your
Krogan.
time.
I'm here to serve.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Hyperion.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Something up here I have to scan?
Nexus Control. I'm getting some odd automated requests from the station systems.
Nope.
Some sort of redundant power relay shells. What's up with that?
Hey, Dime! The Andromeda initiative launched somewhere around Mass Effect 2. The Krogan cure was in 3, correct? That's what I was gonna say, Dime, is that maybe they launched before the Krogan were cured, but you find the... You don't find the total cure for the Krogan, but you do find Morland's work in 2, I believe.
Disembarkation procedures.
Which means that...
Please await further.
I would have thought that that information would have been, like, disseminated everywhere. Either so that they could finish the cure, or so that they could start working on a counter for it. So you would think they would still have at least that much information, it would just need to be finalized.
Are now complete.
That's what I would think anyways.
My crew's working on it.
Like,
Center to the top of our priority list.
it's a huge oversight.
Mello, you already checked the consoles down here, right?
This is wrong. Just wrong.
I know that look.
I
Yeah,
know
let's
that
get your
the
ear to
idea is that,
Something like that.
like, the
can't
canon thing might not have been
Just
to
focus on
save the
being a
cure,
Pathfinder.
but
Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ.
it's still kind of odd that it's not even
This
an
office
option.
fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to
True,
focus
even
on
a
our
passing
options.
mention of a possible cure would have covered all bases. Yeah,
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
I can't think of too many other choices that would directly affect, or be kind of mentioned here, but
This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
Exile, huh? Guess it wasn't for having a hand in the cookie jar.
They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Max, did you find out about that thing I asked you to look into?
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion Coupling Annex.
The Twitch policy thing.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gears.
You must be the Pathfinder.
It's because I will be going on lunch soon,
You and
so...
your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Eric's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Ooh, I got points. Get security control. There was a mutiny aboard the Nexus during your absence. There have been plenty of perfunctory attempts to catalog and address the damages. You might people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, get Sergeant Mills to look at it. Calix Corvanus may have started it, but Sloane made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regard, but I hope you can be impartial. Sloane, Kelly's not who I thought she was. There won't be a problem. Good, then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find out where Sloane and the exiles might have gone. Trail's cold. Found what looks like an abandoned camps.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Over here.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Damage done to the site was caused by a direct override of the safety locks.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security security chief, Reynolds, my friend. He refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
And then he was dead.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Evidence will decide.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion Coupling Annex.
Pathfinder.
It has been tampered with to randomly discharge a pulse that wipes system memory. The sabotage was performed.
The connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
And trace back the source for me.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
It's up top.
Engineering report. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any ideas as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Okay, so where do I go for this other one? Kandros, over here.
Please be advised.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
Murder case.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable. But
There's some weird shit going on with the eyes.
So there was a trial and he was found guilty.
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Alright.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
How do I mean?
You and me both, Pathfinder.
I forget what I said.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Oh, the eyes? They were doing like weird shapes. Like they were circles, but then they were like goat pupils. And then like I don't know, they were doing weird shapes.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin.
They were doing
Evidence
really weird fucking
Hiram?
shapes.
Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back. No, I'm not letting your ego get us killed, even if I have to... No, get him off me! Get him off me!
Okay, where's the witness? There we go.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilkin murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief.
I did see some black flickering there, Mux, but I haven't seen it before this, so I'm wondering if it's just weird,
The look on his face was pure...
like environmental things.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. It was too dangerous.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm so loud, so tired. So loud. I am so tired I can't even make right words with brain.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilkin-Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
All right.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course.
Okay, so this isn't going to be anything until we get back. Fuck, why did it open my... So freaking confused. That's what we want there. And then let's get our Nova. There we go. Okay.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
I thought that's where I came from the first time. Maybe not.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Pattle's. A third party seems likely.
Ooh. You being set up.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both.
Yeah.
Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
I think there was some stuff in here too.
Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times. Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Oh, coffee. I don't even drink coffee and I want coffee right now.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
I need to get some, like,
Hello, Ryder. Welcome back to
tea.
Sam Mode. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient. Far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI, so what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
But the human's still in charge, right?
Of course. I was never intended to supplant the Pathfinder, only to support and enhance your abilities.
Cool.
Good to hear. So what's the plan?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Cool. Okay, so I can be a vanguard. I think eventually this is going to be the one I want. Because that gets me health, or damage resistance and weapon damage. Well, it's tech recharge, speed, biotic power damage, and power restoration and defense. Yeah, that's what we eventually want. So we got to get a another skill point into.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
I will do that later.
Please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
This file is useless. Let's check another.
Network access instability regurgitated.
And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another. This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Somebody working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
All right.
Negative match. Inaccurate match.
So then this way. Is he through here?
Biometrics do not match.
Nope, not that dude.
Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
Whatever happened back then, hurting people now makes no sense.
What do you know? I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people. Killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
Not my call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision? That'll be the day.
Ta-da! Alright. I think that this is actually probably a good spot to take a break before we start up on... Actually, we'll go do this first. But before we head out... I'm gonna take my lunch. But first, we're gonna go check out this memory thingy.
Your father's personal logs. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Ooh.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Liara Tassoni, huh? She studied the Protheans. When my team used to dig up artifacts, we'd debate her work. She had some pretty controversial theories, as I recall. Never gained much traction.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Is there actually anything there to do? Okay, I have to actually go to the memory. Go to Sam's node.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day. Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Let's see.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec?
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
He told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Dun dun dun.
Wow, hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
My face is like weird.
It's how Dad was wired. He didn't like to lose. In any situation.
It would seem that included me.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently logged. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
Alright guys, I'm gonna take my lunch break then. So I'll be back in about an hour. Thank you guys all for hanging out, and we will hopefully see you guys all in an hour. Bye everybody.